Back then when I was still in high school, I came to learn something about genetics. And one of the things I learned was about evolution. There's a special theory in evolution of human beings that is called the Lamarckian theory. The Lamarckian theory states that characteristics that are attained from the environment cannot be passed from parents to offspring. For example, if somebody is not having the genetics of a well-built and they go outside there, they work hard, they carry whatever they can carry on their back, they grow muscle. When this person meets another woman and they have children, these children will not have characteristics of this man if it's not part of their DNA. This example goes with those people who are bleaching, those women who are bleaching and want their children to be white. And when it comes up that they are not white, they get frustrated. I want us to watch this video as an example.
I bleach my baby out of shame. I bleach my 1-year-old daughter. My husband is very light skinned and so am I. But the truth is, my husband only loves fair women and I've always been bleaching my skin since I'm not fair. When I got pregnant with my daughter, my husband kept saying since we are all light skinned, he can't wait for our daughter to be light skinned too. When I gave birth to my daughter, she was fair initially. But after 4 months, her skin started turning dark. I felt so insecure and I started using whitening creams on her. It affected her skin at first, but now her skin has adjusted. She is now fair. My daughter has started reacting to these creams and she is barely a year. She has a lot of reactions and skin allergies. Sometimes I feel bad for bleaching her, but if I let her stay dark skin, people will question a lot. They might even think I cheated on my husband. Please, can anyone suggest me a safer bleaching cream I can use on her that won't make her sick? I'm in the comments.
Yeah, so I'm visiting a couple countries in Africa, and the few countries that I've been through, I've had several people tell me, please don't bleach your skin. Please don't bleach your skin. Like, it's so sad that it's a bleaching pandemic. For all the women who want to bleach your skin because of a man and the colorism and to be lighter, to be prettier, don't bleach your skin. You're gonna look pink, you're gonna look gray, and you're gonna look like a Dalmatian. And guess what? That man will still cheat on you. Love yourself, y'all. Love yourself. It's so crazy that I've gotten so many of these things, so many people telling me, please don't bleach your skin. Like, it's so sad. My fellow people in Africa have to tell me not to bleach my skin. I'm already confident enough in myself to love my skin color. But to hear this from like numerous people from the west to the south to the east, come on, y'all. Anyways, Africa's amazing. Africa's great.
Now, here is one thing that I have discovered through this my short life I've lived so far on this earth. I have discovered that humans, we tend to have shortcuts while thinking. We like shortcuts. The human mind is so much biased. For example, when we look at someone, we tend to judge them by their appearance. But most of the time, people have shown how to hide their true self. People have shown themselves how to hide their true nature. And so it's really hard to tell an authentic person from a fake person. And for this reason, it is always good to realize one thing. Appearance is not reality. And reality may not be appearance most of the time. For this reason, we have so many Africans in South Africa. South Africa has experienced a lot of that thing which happened over there, which was not good. Any country experiencing apartheid, xenophobia, any kind of that kind of, I don't want to call that name again, is not fine. You understand? There is so much of whitewashing, white supremacist agendas that have really brainwashed the people of South Africa. The people of South Africa, not only South Africans, but also other Africans as well. People think that if they change their skin color and they look like white people, they'll be much more appreciated. They will look lovable. If you have a white skin, you are a good person, you are appreciable. But no, that's not the case. Many ladies, many people right now are experiencing a lot of difficulties, a lot of identity crisis because of their skin color. We have, in South Africa, we have people who are mixed. Their parents are black, maybe their mothers or maybe their father, either of them is either white or British, an Indian, or an Afrikaner. An Afrikaner is somebody who is from Netherlands. Yeah, we have a lot of Nederlanders in South Africa, and so black people think that if they look close to those people, they'll be lovable. When they go to the mall, they'll be likable. This is something which has been planted by the white supremacist agenda. And it's high time Africans think past this. There is a lady who this thing got into her head, and she's now, she changed her skin color with white washing body cream. She thought that if she looked white, people would love her for what it is. But appearance is not reality many times, and reality is not appearance most of the time. I want us to watch this video, and then by the end of the video, I shall share with you my thoughts, where we shall also have a deep critical analysis. Let's dive in.
So this young lady has been bleaching her skin for a long time, and I would not advise this. Skin bleaching can be very dangerous, not just for your skin but also for your overall health. Most skin bleaching products contain hydroquinone, mercury, as well as corticosteroids in varying strengths, but most of the time they actually contain very, very strong corticosteroids. And what these ingredients do is that initially they will give you that lightness or that yellow hue that most people may want, but after a while they actually darken your skin and give you a very uneven skin tone or uneven pigmentation. Especially hydroquinone. Hydroquinone damages the skin permanently. It causes a condition called ochronosis, which is irreversible damage of your dermal fibers. Other things like thinning of the skin, visible blood vessels, increased risk to infections, especially viral infections and fungal infections, as well as super sensitivity of the skin, which may come out as irritation from using most skincare products. If you're using bleaching agents on your body, you can actually have severe stretch marks. While I know that most people use skin lightening products when they're treating genuine medical problems like post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, products that contain mercury actually can cause effects on your liver, on your kidneys, as well as brain side effects. And lately, the use of skin bleaching products has been linked to an increased risk of skin cancer. Really, I will urge people to seek medical as well as dermatological advice if they're dealing with these conditions, and stay away from using skin bleaching agents, because not only is it just dangerous for your skin, but it's just detrimental for your overall health.
Every single person that used to bleach their skin in the past that eventually stopped bleaching did not just wake up one morning and was like, oh, I want to stop bleaching my skin. There was a shege we saw, premium shege, that made us say we are done with bleaching creams. Yes, I said we. If you're seeing me for the first time, yes, I used to bleach my skin and I eventually stopped and repaired my skin. So here's a story time on the shege I saw that made me run from my life. Now I'm going to try to put pictures of what I used to look like before I started bleaching. I will not be able to put pictures of myself when I was bleaching, because you will not find an unfiltered and unedited photo or video of me on the internet while I was bleaching. You will not. So this is what I used to look like before. This photo was taken, I think 2019, 2020. Yes, around 2019, 2020. So I was looking good and all. So there was this particular brand that was trending. Everybody was looking good. Everybody was glowing. Everybody was attractive. And I was like, I want to look like that also. So I switched to this brand. In fact, I would even go to their store to get my product. So I started using their product, and in a matter of like 2-3 weeks, I started to change my skin. I started to look very attractive. Like, I was shining, I was glowing, and I liked it. I started to have dark knuckles. I knew I was going to have dark knuckles, so it was nothing. I wasn't even surprised. So I went to their store to complain about my knuckles, and they told me, oh, get our dark knuckle set. The dark knuckle set, I think it had like 2 products, a cream and an oil. Yes, I started using them, and surprisingly, my knuckles started fading. But I started to notice that as my knuckles were fading, these inner parts, let me drop this. These inner parts were like getting very white. It was so white that I used to feel like if I open my hand too much like this, I would injure myself, and any little thing would just, tear my skin or something. And my knuckles started becoming like very white. So sometimes I would stop using the knuckle sets. When I stop using it, my knuckles would start getting dark. So you know what? I was just trying to shuffle between that. But I was looking good. I was shining. For some reason, people started to like, whenever I walk into a room, people would look at me. And then thinking about it now, I think people were looking at my stupidity because I still walk into a room and people look at me. So I don't know why I thought. Anyways, while I was still battling with dark knuckles, I started to have sunburn. Like they became very obvious. It was like map on my face. It was really bad. And I went to their store. I was like, oh, I'm having sunburn. And they said, okay, you're going to get our sunburn set. It came with a toner and a cream. Now, aside this toner and cream for the sunburn, I already had a face wash. I already had a face toner. I already had a face cream. And they had one dead ass sunscreen. I think that one was just moisturizer and aloe vera in it, thinking about it now. So I would use my face toner. I would use my sunburn toner. I would use my face cream. I would not apply like this, then leave this space because I need to apply my sunburn cream as well. But honestly, I really wasn't seeing much difference, but I kept on using it. While I was on the sunburn phase, I noticed I started to have like really dark inner thighs. My inner thighs started becoming very dark. I went there. I'm having dark inner thigh. They say, oh, get our dark inner thigh cream. I got it. While I was still on the dark inner thigh, I started to have really dark elbow and knee. Like it was not dark, it was black, like very, very black. So I went there and I go, my elbows and my knees are very dark. They go, get our dark knee and elbow set. I got it. And surprisingly, before I knew, in less than a week, 2 weeks, it started to fade. It started to blend. Remind you, I was white, right? Before I know, my elbow and my knee started to look whiter than my entire body. Now I had like dark spots. This part of it was really, really white. Then the dark spots were black. And then it started becoming whiter than my entire body. I was really, really shy. I barely exposed my body. During the day, I am always covered up. It was that bad. And then I had to like reduce the way I was using it. And when I noticed that I stopped using it every day, my elbow and my knee started getting dark. In fact, when I stopped using it, it went back to how it used to be, really, really dark. Next thing, my feet were becoming very dark, like really, really black. And they said to get their dark feet corrector. I think it had an oil and a body scrub. So I had a body scrub and I had a dark feet scrub. I think I remember my friend came to see me one time and I was scrubbing and I had a scrub for my body, then I had a separate one for my feet. And then she goes, why isn't two scrubs? I said, oh, this one is my dark feet scrub. She said, what did they put in this one? That is not in the other one. My face, my knuckles, my knee, my thighs, my feet. In fact, I was discolored head to toe. All of a sudden, I started to have the worst visible veins ever. You know how people say they have green veins? I didn't have green veins. I had green, I had purple, and I had blue. It was so visible. If you looked at my veins, you will run. That was how bad it was. And then I had to go back there to their store, and I was like, I am having green veins. I showed them my veins, and then they said, get a green vein corrector. Get our green vein corrector. At that moment, it was like something just came into my head and I was like, green vein corrector. I was already there, so I just got their black soap. I love black soap, so I feel like you can never go wrong with black soap. So I got their black soap and I left. And I got up that day. I looked at myself head to toe. Face set, body set, sunburn set, inner thigh, dark feet corrector, knuckle set, dark knee and elbow. I looked at the mirror, I couldn't even look at myself. And it was at that moment I said I was done. I was going to fix my skin. I was going to repair my skin no matter what it took. It wasn't easy fixing my skin. It wasn't easy at all, but I was glad I made that choice. And I am happy the era we are in right now. People no longer promote bleaching creams. People are starting to see how it could damage your skin. I was really glad I was able to stop it on time. I am proud of where my skin has gotten to today. And if you're still bleaching your skin, I really wish you have the courage to stop. because you're not going to regret it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have any crazy story of why you stopped bleaching, be sure to share your stories. I want to hear them.
Soweto, South Africa. Here lives Lebogang, a 35-year-old single mother who has been using skin bleaching creams for over 15 years.
I couldn't stop at all. I couldn't stop at all. I was in hunger for that beauty. I even mixed it with my body lotion so that I could be light the whole body, not the face only.
In her 20s, Lebogang became jealous when her friends gradually became lighter in complexion. She started using the same bleaching products, switching to different brands over the years depending on what her friends were using.
First, I was very beautiful, light, like a white woman. But after the after effects, that's when they started. I was becoming red and itchy, especially when I went outside to the sun. My skin went completely wrong.
Lebogang was not aware of the long-term price she paid. But how could she know? Skin bleaching products are readily available in supermarkets, salons and corner shops in South Africa, the purchase not accompanied by any medical guidance. Lebogang takes us to her local supermarket to show us how easy it is to buy these creams.
So what's the difference? This one is for black spot. So if you got like dark spots, it's taking out dark spots. I want one that is going to lighten my skin. Okay, then this one is more black spot corrector. It's for spots on the face. The other one, normally I don't know they buying this one. I don't know. I'm against this one to be honest with you. The customers buy them.
It's not difficult to buy them because they are very cheap. Some of them are cheap than from getting one from the doctor, and then you can even get them from the street vendors.
40% Africans bleach their skins. That's according to the World Health Organization, and more research shows that most are unaware of the potential harm and do not consult doctors. Twin doctors Kanisile and Ziyanda Debele advocate actively against the use of skin bleaching products. They are shocked to find them easily available to shop online. Products containing mercury, steroids and hydroquinone, ingredients with devastating consequences.
This is absolutely shocking for me. This is actually the first time I've seen a 4% hydroquinone
on the market.
Yeah. Just freely available like this. So.
They even sell in combos.
Yeah,
to bulk. Make it easier for you in bulk, hey? That product there, HQ2%. It's abbreviated as HQ.
Now you may think, 2% it's a low amount, right?
But any hydroquinone has been banned out of all products, all cosmetic products in South Africa. So whether it's 1%, 2%, it does not matter. It cannot be contained in any cosmetic products.
It's banned. It's literally banned. Skin bleaching products are banned in South Africa, in Africa,
Mercury,
in so many places.
Hydroquinone and illegal steroids.
Yeah.
Banned.
But people are still selling those exact products on the internet. This patient over here is a patient who got severe steroid acne on the chest area. So this is classic of it. It happens on the chest and on the back, the upper back. This patient over here is a patient who you can tell was using hydroquinone for a very, very long time. How do we know that? They're starting to have the complications of the ochronosis.
When patients stop using skin bleaching creams, they usually become darker, so they bleach more and struggle to stop.
It's a back and forth. Back and forth. Anyone who bleaches their skin will have hyperpigmentation when they stop bleaching their skin. So now they have to go through the whole bleaching thing again in order to try and even out their skin tone. And they don't have the patience for that stuff to happen, you know, long term. They want it to happen now, so they keep going back. That's why they can't stop.
Back in Soweto, Lebogang tries to restore her skin with natural oils. Is there hope that her skin will heal? She used ingredients usually prescribed for a maximum of 3 months for 15 years.
If you stop using them, you look like a crane, you look more older because you've stopped using them. They're not good at all. People are getting hurt. It's not okay. The government should do something about it. They are illegal, so they must be stopped.
Today, more young African women and men than ever are bleaching their skin. It seems like years of public health campaigns have evaporated. Can we change the script? Disregarding the legal ban on the creams, scores of South African influencers and celebrities like Khanyi Mbau are promoting and selling their creams online. Colorism, a specific form of racism, stems from stereotypes regarding dark skin. It is normalized through images we see in the media, successful black artists with light complexions like Beyoncé, Alicia Keys and Mariah Carey, and the underrepresentation of darker tones.
Yeah, I think it's simple. Beyonce is lighter. Okay, they have the same amount of Grammys, I could say, but she's lighter, so obviously you look at that on a higher note. You know, you put her on a pedestal.
We visit the rising hip-hop duo, the Tralavel twins, in their hometown of Germiston. Papi and Major have recently signed with local industry legend Kwesta. Are they the next best thing in hip-hop in South Africa?
Your best friend saying I'm the one for you, but if you're my best friend, you'd have someone loyal.
They are at the breaking point with their careers, and there is certainly some pressure on the twins to always be at the top of their game, hoping that skin bleaching creams will come to their aid. They started using skin bleaching creams a few months ago as a way to enhance their skin tone to brighten up for the camera. They buy a container of cream for about €7, lasting them about 2 weeks. Luckily, they don't show any signs of damage just yet. But what are the long-term effects of their decision to become lighter? What do doctors Ndebele have to say?
But it's so amazing how they use a Caucasian woman.
It's always a Caucasian lady.
Is it even? Let me see.
Yeah.
I guess that's the goal.
Yeah, no.
We see here also 2% hydroquinone. Dr. Kanisile does not approve.
It's a condition called acronosis. Okay, it literally means that you get stubborn pigment right here on the cheeks, on the forehead area. We can't get rid of that pigment. Once it's there, it's there, it's there. Okay, we can't lighten it. We can only prevent it from becoming darker and spreading by using sunscreen, but we can't treat acronosis. Those are the dangers of hydroquinone when you use it for too long. Were you guys getting redness? Did you ever have redness anyway?
The brew.
The guy
the maroon, yeah, it was.
It's red now.
Yeah, and
guys, stop using
that was the
product,
weirdest thing. That was the weirdest thing. Remember, I did say I was
Reddish,
He's starting to burn. Yeah. That's the first sign of you starting to get the acronosis, the blackening.
Yeah.
And just remember also the bleaching products, also please just tell this friend of yours that it's not just about, you know, becoming dark or all these other things. Skin cancer, eh?
Yeah.
Long-term use of those products, especially with him because he's been using it for a very long time. Skin cancers are very real. Melanomas.
I'm going to discuss this thing.
Yeah, please do. You guys are still so young. Yeah, like you really
I'm gonna
don't
discuss.
need those things. I mean, and why did you guys? Do you think being lighter in complexion actually helps you be more successful in the music industry, or just in general?
I feel, of course, for women it's more because, but even for men as well, you know. Even for men as well.
But who though here in South Africa?
Because people say the one tall, dark, handsome.
That's what they all say. We watch too many movies. Vivica A. Fox movies,
The thing is, you don't hear like female artists singing about like I want a light skin guy.
You know what I mean?
They
So-
speak about, you know.
So these are the things that we need to speak more about. The fact that, you know, you don't need to be light to get a partner, to get ahead and stuff like that.
It doesn't change anything just because you're exactly.
Yeah, we call that body dysmorphia, but
Yeah.
that's a conversation for a different day.
You know, I feel like the biggest thing is just the perspective of what race is, what color is. The person is a person.
Colorism, you know. Different strokes for different folks, but everybody is beautiful. That's the thing.
Once you start seeing people as art, you love it.
After the visit, Major and Papi stopped.
So, after listening to this, what's your take? What's there on your mind about these Africans wanting to fantasize, Africans wanting to make other people happy by being white? Africans, we have to accept one thing as a people. We are black, and that's how we are made. We can't change anything about it. It's our context, it's our nature, it's in our DNA. Yes, the pot can't tell the potter, why did you make me this way? We have to acknowledge and accept how we are. Mark you, there are also other white people who are trying to change themselves into black. Yes, that which you think is bad, someone else is admiring. There's a lot of advantages that comes with the melanin that a lot of us still don't know. A lot of advantage of having a black skin over a white skin. You see, we have a black skin here in Africa because of the environmental conditions. You see, Africa is a continent that faces direct sunlight from the sun, and the melanin, which is the composition that makes us dark, melanin is a composition, is a chemical composition that when it is there in high concentration, it makes your skin becomes darker. The point is, the more melanin you have, the darker your skin becomes. So melanin is a compound that prevents skin cancer. It's a compound that you can walk in the sun without no worries. That is the importance of melanin. And so because we are facing direct sunlight and a lot of heat from the sun, we had to become black. We had to become black, and that's how we are. You understand? That is nothing to be changed. There are white people who are really seeking to have this melanin concentration. They even go to the doctor to have doses and to have medications to turn themselves black. But to no avail. You can't change who you are. Those other people who we are trying to change ourselves into, they have that color because of the context of their nature. They are that color because they don't receive a lot of sunlight. And so if you don't receive a lot of sunlight, your body evolves over a long period of time to have a whiter skin other than a darker skin, because you don't need a darker skin, because where you are, you experience seasons. In Africa, many countries, almost all the countries, do not experience seasons like winter, spring. We don't have that. We only have rainfall. But over there, sometimes there are seasons where it's very hard to see the sun. But here, every day we have the sun, which is something we should be so much privileged about. Another point goes to the employers. The employers are looking to have people who are having light skin. Employers are perpetuating this evil narrative that if you are having a light skin, you'll be able to attract the customers, and if you attract the customers, I'll get profit. This is true. Just walk into any supermarket, walk into any mall, you'll find that there is majority of the ladies who serve you have a lighter skin complexion. Yes, they're always lighter. We perceive lightness as beauty. No, having a light skin is not beauty. If this is true, then we wouldn't have Lupita Nyong'o as being beautiful. Lupita Nyong'o is very dark. Actually, people should learn from Lupita. Lupita is so dark and she appreciates being black. Lupita is so dark than so many of... She is so dark, so dark. But if somebody of her status dares not to change her skin color and all that, it should be an example to those, some of us, who are not having her status. We can learn from her, by the way. Your skin color will not buy you out to something, no. If your composure, your customer care services, your literacy, your emotional intelligence, and your intelligence quotient, these are things that will attract the customers. These are things that will attract profit. These are things that will build the business. But if you are like, I need to employ white ladies so that I can have profit, no, you're just a colorist. And this idea of colorism should be done away with. We are living in the 21st century. Colorism has no part in Africa again. It shouldn't be, you know. Let's not be like some of our parents who are colorist. I did a video the other day, you saw. There was this lady who was saying that her Nigerian mother-in-law was a colorist. We don't have to be colorist no more. Our colorism is affecting people, and people are taking very dangerous health maneuvers in order for them to be appreciated. Appearance is not reality. Just be who you are and work on your well-being and your self-being. That is what will grant you success. And above all, it is God who made you that way. Appreciate how you are and be who you are. Yes, this is EFK Original Documentaries. I'm here to make sure that you get valuable information. Yes, you as an African, you as a black person. If you find value here, kindly subscribe. It really helps me bring good content to you. Subscribe, comment, share your thoughts. I'll so much appreciate, and see you in the next one.